Hello, and welcome to the weekly energy update for the week of September 17th, 2023. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor, and I'm coming to you from beautiful Bozeman, Montana. So every Sunday I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And this week, pumpkin spice season officially starts. So the fall equinox takes place on Friday night around midnight Pacific time, or very early Saturday morning depending on where you live. That's not only when the sun is directly over the equator, which results in an equal length of day and night, but also when the sun moves from Virgo into Libra, and Libra season starts. So the equinox is one of the great turning points of the year. It's been celebrated for thousands and thousands of years with all religions and cultures. The Egyptians even aligned the great Sphinx with the rising sun on the fall equinox, which shows you the importance of it in that culture. It's one of the four major turning points of the year. They're the two solstices and the two equinoxes. And these are a bigger deal than any full moon or even a supermoon. This is a time when we energetically start moving in a new direction. It's a time when our lives change. The spring equinox is the start of the new astrological year when the sun enters Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, and that brings new beginnings and a fresh start. The sun is at the opposite point in the zodiac at the fall equinox. This time of year is all about the harvest and reaping the fruits of our labor. And the labor that we've been putting in this summer is all the internal work and the reflecting and the reviewing and the reworking that we've done with those retrogrades. And we now start to see the results of all that internal work. We've gained clarity about what's important to us and what parts of our lives aren't serving us anymore. And now those unhealthy habits and things we're done with fall away before we close out the year. And not only do we have a blank slate on the equinox to create whatever we want, we also start this next chapter in balance, thanks to the equinox, which is clearly all about balance, and the start of Libra season on the same day, which brings more harmony and balance. Libra is represented by the scales, and it's a season to create balance in our lives. Libra is also associated with beauty, so it's a time when we may feel drawn to beautify our lives in some way too. And because of the placement of all the planets this year, and I won't go into all of them, but the big one is a grand water trine happening at the same time of the equinox. This is a year to go all in on fall. Even if it isn't your favorite season, embrace it this year. And let's start with beautifying your home for fall. Cozy up your home with some candles, some blankets, some new pillows, and then beautify you. Maybe with some cozy sweaters, some new slippers, some new flannel PJs. Make some soup, eat some squash and some apples. Visit the corn maze or go pumpkin picking. Embrace fall this year. Libra season gives you the green light to soak up all of the fall's vibes. It's also a time to cultivate balance in every area of life and to prioritize harmony above all else. Now, if we want peace and harmony in our external lives, it must start internally. Remember that we attract the things in our lives. What we experience internally is what shows up externally. Focusing on internal harmony involves cultivating a sense of balance, of peace, and alignment within yourself. It's about achieving a state where your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are in sync. And the equinox is a time when it's easier to achieve that state. It's easier to start new mindfulness and meditation practices right now. So when you're embracing everything fall this year, include time to be present. And this can be as simple as noticing the leaves change. Libra season is also a wonderful time to create balance in your relationships. Venus rules Libra, and we know Venus is the planet of relationships, in addition to beauty, money, and values. Libra is drawn to and it thrives on socializing. We can kind of describe them as the hostess with the mostess. And yes, they love hosting, but are the happiest when they're connecting one-on-one. So during Libra season, we focus more on our one-on-one bonds. You may get more serious about dating or ending a relationship that isn't harmonious. And it could also be as simple as deciding to work out with a personal trainer instead of by yourself, or maybe hiring a coach, or spending more time with your partner or your kids one-on-one. This year, the equinox happens just a few days after Mercury ends its third retrograde of the year, and that powerful new moon, which was about new beginnings. You should feel the shift of energy on the equinox. It'll feel like we're starting to build some momentum, and we'll actually see some changes in our lives starting to happen. We're finally harvesting all that hard internal work we put in this summer. And this momentum slowly continues to build over the next month. This is a major life-changing time, and big changes like this take some time. So we'll start to see the changes slowly build over the next month, all leading up to a game-changing solar eclipse and new moon next month on October 14th. So the messages for so many of my clients from their spirit guides this last week has been about this being a time of major new chapter starting. Finally, new chapter starting. It's pretty exciting. And it's all so divinely orchestrated. You cannot make this shit up. So celebrate, honor, and enjoy this equinox. It's a major turning point in our lives. We're celebrating life on this equinox. We're celebrating being alive and the next chapter in our lives finally being here. We're grateful for the feeling of some balance and harmony, which we may not have felt that much this summer. We're grateful for nature, for leaves changing, for pumpkin spice everything, for cozy sweaters, for new slippers, and deep one-on-one relationships. This is the time to be grateful for all the things we've harvested in our lives. So allow yourself time to celebrate how wonderful and abundant your life truly is. And that's it for the week. This is the last day of my annual 50% off sale. These are the lowest prices of the year. I'll probably have some gift certificates on sale close to Christmas and the Astrology Abundance package at the winter solstice. But this is it. So take advantage of the sale while you can. And if you've recently had an appointment, buy yourself a gift certificate to use later when you're ready for another appointment. And stock up on packages if you come regularly. So I will put a link to the sale in the show notes, or you can go to Abundology.com. And one more thing, I will be releasing an equinox spiritual practice on Friday, which includes more in-depth astrology, tarot, some channeled messages from my spirit guides, and a guided meditation. It is pay what you can, and it'll be posted on my YouTube page, on social media, my website, and I'll send it to my email list too. So as always, thank you for listening, liking, subscribing, and sharing this podcast with a friend. Celebrate this equinox. You made it through this challenging retrograde summer. So honor that. So have a great week, everyone, and I will talk to you again next week.